So welcome everyone to Open Sight Hampshire's exclusive blind baking session. We've been doing this for quite a few months now, back in lockdown, and they've been so popular we thought we'd carry them on. And today's quite a special one because not only are we doing a vegan recipe, we've also got the chair of Open Sight here, Sue. So we're going to be following Sue to do the vegan recipe, and we're going to get free what's the let me start again, 3 for 1. So we're going to have 3 different recipes of different things in one session. So I'll let Penny explain that a bit more in a minute. If you're new here, I'm Zoe from Open Sight Hampshire.
Right, we're going to start off with Sue's vegan chocolate cake, and we're going to whack that in the oven.
I'm going to lose.
I am going to show you the fastest brownies in the world, which are just, you know, those disgraceful things that you might as well just stick straight on your hips. And then Sue is going to show you how to put the finishing touches to her vegan cake. And for the brownies, I also have an alternative recipe. I'm not going to show it to you today, but it is available and I'll post it. And that is for a gluten-free brownie. So we're looking at all sorts of people with all sorts of needs around their diets today. So, Sue, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Penny. Hello, everybody. Hi. First of all, you need to put the oven on. So it would be 175 degrees C or gas mark 4. And then the next step is to make sure that you have your almond milk ready. And we're going to have 1 cup and get a jug and have 1 cup of almond milk. And 1 cup weighs 162 grams.
Very good.
We're going to add to the almond milk 1 tablespoon of cider vinegar, and what that's going to do is it's going to curdle the almond milk. So if we just add that 1 tablespoon to it, give it a stir, then leave it to the side until later. The next stage is adding all of the dry ingredients into your mixer bowl.
So what have you got there?
So I have flour.
Is it self-raising or plain flour?
Plain flour.
Yep.
So I just add the plain flour. I add the sugar. It is. It's granulated sugar. Just normally you use caster sugar, but this is granulated sugar. Then I have the cocoa powder. I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I have 2 teaspoons of the baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda. Then with the dry ingredients, you need to just combine them just by mixing them with a spoon. Stage is to put it onto your mixer.
You've got a stand mixer here, haven't you?
Hang on a minute.
Stand mixer.
Okay,
But you can also use a hand mixer.
Yeah.
But do not put it on high speed.
Oh no, I can only imagine what would happen there.
You're going to put the oil in first. So vegetable oil, or if you wanted the coconut oil, melted coconut oil. But I've got vegetable oil in here. In mine, and that is the 1 cup of vegetable oil. So put the oil into the mixer or into the bowl. Now we need to add the applesauce. So 82 grams applesauce, and I'll do it in line with the vanilla. So vanilla essence or vanilla extract. And that's 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And then finally, we add the almond and cider vinegar mixture into that.
Okay.
I'm going to put the guard on because I do not want to, one, splatter the camera so you can't see, or two, splatter Penny.
I can hear you staring at Ashton. I bet it smells lush as well.
Oh, it does. Taking everything out of me not to just eat this out of the pot.
Well, wait till you get to the frosting or the ganache, then you'll want
Oh,
to.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The next part is the 1 cup of boiling water.
Right.
I'll measure the jug and I'm going to pour mine in. And what I'm going to do is just put that in the bowl, in the mixing bowl. And then don't worry, this will be really, really runny. So you might think it's not right, but it is. If it's runny, it's okay. So I'm just going to put this on now, very low. How's everybody got on with that? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just putting in the boiled water.
It's going to be really, really
Now
runny.
we've got the really fun bit of dividing this between 2 tins equally.
We have weighed the mixing bowl
When it was empty.
when it was empty. Yes.
Right.
So we know the weight of the mixing bowl. Scales a full mixing bowl.
So
And it is now
2,423 grams.
I'm now pouring 825.
and how have
Into
you
the
prepared
tin.
these tins?
I have greased and lined the bottom.
In the oven for how long?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. While that's going on, I'm going to make quick brown. The first thing I've got here is a square tin. It's about, up to my on my index finger, it's up to my middle knuckle. I have lined it, parchment paper backed with foil. And it means that you can write nice, neat corners. I think the Blessed Lakeland in my bowl here, and I think I gave you the ingredients beforehand. I've got my eggs and my sugar. I'm now just reaching for my hand whisk. Going to whisk these eggs up. Sugar's been in with the eggs for a little while, so it's all started dissolving. Just trying to get this egg and sugar mix a little thicker, a little frothy. Here on the cooker, I have a milk pan, so it's non-stick. And earlier on, I melted my butter and chocolate, and I can tell you it was lovely tasting. So I'm just going to pour that. This is the interesting bit. In it goes, I hope. Otherwise, I've got a chocolate-covered work surface. Scraping out my pan. And the reason I melted the butter and chocolate earlier is they got quite hot, not very hot. But I wanted it to be cooler before it went in and started cooking the eggs and everything. So they are now in. Gentle whisk, not much, just to start mixing it in. And I now have here 3 more boxes. One is my dry ingredients. I'm sure I put in the recipe, sift them. Life is too short. They've all been mixed into here. There's salt, by some raising agent, the cocoa powder. In that goes. Again, I'm going to give it just a little whisk, okay? I then have in this pan, this box, these are raisins that have been soaked in rum since about last Thursday. Using a finger to scrape out the remnants of the rum. I am now going to just take these whisks off. Make sure they're clean. I hope. Otherwise, I have to lick it right off the work surface. Now, do you remember I've talked to you many times about a cooking thermometer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is what I would really recommend a cooking thermometer for. How was that for a quick brownie?
Quick and easy.
Oh yeah, it's frosting that I'm going to use, which is the coconut cream, and then the vegan chocolate. What I would suggest is that you don't try and decorate your cakes until later, and I would put the frosting into the fridge to cool if you can, and then decorate it once the cake has cooled completely. I've got a tin of coconut milk. So the coconut cream is the thick part on the top of the coconut milk. We're now adding 1.5 cups of coconut. And then we need to heat that
50 grams.
in the microwave for about a minute. It's the chocolate into the bowl.
I'm just going to pour it over here.
What I would like to do is encourage any supermarkets that are interested in supporting visually impaired people to come and sponsor us.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to pour the milk now over the chocolate.
Oh.
And what I'm going to do is put on my whisk and just stir it around.
That's what I'm doing.
And then it will then melt. And dissolve.
Such chocolate.
You just keep doing it until it's completely, until you can't feel really, until it feels smooth.
Yeah.
Mine's getting there. Slowly.
Yeah, it does take a while to do,
Yeah.
but it's just making sure that it dissolves completely. And then once it is all dissolved, it's a matter of just popping it into the fridge to then set. And of course you can test it every 20 minutes. So
With a finger.
with your finger.
One of the things you could have done is, if your oven is on and you're cooking the cake, you'll get quite a lot of heat out of the top of the oven, nearly enough to melt your chocolate with your milk in it. How long we've got? Alexa, how long on timer?
You have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left on your 25-minute timer.
Right, that's 6 minutes before the brownies come out. Just over. So, Sue, what are you up to now?
So I have prepared a cake. Here's one I prepared earlier.
Excellent.
This is like blue pizza.
that,
I could mention that.
that was my Sunday, preparing another cake. So I've got
Oh, bless you. All day Saturday at the centenary.
That's right. So I'm going to share one with Penny, and then I'm going to take the other half to Open Sight.
Yay!
So I've got here my cake. I'm going to left the tray on the top of the cooker, so it'll be a bit hot, but it's okay because the cake is cool. Pre-prepared.
You've got another ganache.
I have, because otherwise it would take too long. That's what I was saying earlier, to make sure that you leave it to cool in the set in the fridge, and make sure that your cake is cold. Your cake are cold. But to layer it,
What I would say to you is, if we're going to sandwich this cake, I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on the top cake once you've got the filling in, because it might just go down the sides. So do it gently. We probably want about 1/3 of the ganache in between the two cakes.
Yeah.
Then you're going to use probably another 1/3 on the top and probably another 1/3 around the outsides. And if you've got any left, you can either put it on the top or just go and sit in the garden.
And I used to have, I think I've still got it, it was like a cheese slicer, a piece of wire between two sort of standy things, and you could feel to get it to the right height, and then you could just cut the lid of the dome off, so then it made the cake flat.
Yes.
That was, it's like a big cheese slicer, but it was fantasy done to cut a cake head off, basically.
Yeah.
with this cake, I would just sandwich the two cakes together, because it's very, very, when it comes out, it can it's gooey.
Right.
It's really not.
I'm going to get my brownies out of the oven, and what I'm going to do because I'm going to test the temperature. So can I just
Sorry.
So,
spreading like
could I just ask quickly, do you completely cool the cake in the tin?
No, you cool
Slightly
it in the tin, cool it in the tin for 10 minutes and then
Okay.
transfer it onto a wire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I'll get
Thank
that
you.
ready.
I'm next taking the temperature of this brownie. Now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm feeling the top, and this has got a crust on it. Putting the thermometer in the middle. This is only up to 68. It's coming up to 70. Not very happy with this. I think this is slightly underdone. I'm going to do a temperature at the edge. I'm going to put this back in the oven. I'm going to get Sue to put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes. And this may be because it's on a lower shelf, so it's not cooking so quickly.
Oh,
And what temperature do you need it to be, Penny?
Well, I really like cakes to be up to about 90 degrees.
Right.
Alexa, set timer 5 minutes. Right, Sue's got hers ready to come out.
Excellent.
Check it.
Now, Sue, would you like to take a temperature of that? And you're happy. I would be happy with that being cooked, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good. How clean is it when it comes out?
The bottom's still a bit wet.
Okay, do you want another 5 minutes?
I think so.
Okay,
I'll put them both in for another 5 minutes.
yes.
I've used a small flat spatula to put the ganache frosting on the cake. So I think it's easier to.
I've brought a palette knife.
Yes, palette knife would be good.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a palette knife and you want to get it really smooth, just have a
Yeah.
mug of hot water and dip it in, dry it.
Yeah. Oh, that's an idea. I might do that. Just gotta remember that.
Then what I'm doing is I'm just scraping it around the outside of the cake. I did the top, I did the middle, then put the top on. I did the top, and then I've done just getting the last bits on the side. But if you didn't want to do the sides, it's quite nice, just the top and sandwiched in the middle. There you go.
So, Sue, when this cake is done, and I'm sure it looks and feels splendid, what are you going to do with it? Do you chill it now? Or do you serve it straight away?
You can, if it's all cooled, you can serve it straight away.
Yeah.
But then I would then keep it
Keep it in the fridge?
in the fridge. But then before you serve it, I would take it out, take a slice,
Alexa, stop.
take a slice, let it warm up, because obviously it will then solidify.
I'm really thinking this has been in long enough. I'm going to live with it, I think. I will let you know how it comes out when I cut it. What I will do is lift it out of the tin later on when it's cooler, and I will peel back the sides of my foil covered parchment to reveal it. And then, to be honest, I'm going to get somebody else to cut it into neat squares, because my square cutting means somebody gets about 4 ounces. So I'm just being generous to other people. Sue.
I think mine's ready to come out.
Okay.
So if I move your brownies
Onto the top of the oven.
onto the top, and then I'll just.
I'm happy with my cakes.
Brilliant. Feeling.
I've given them a little prod and they're very solid.
They don't rise. I was quite surprised when I first did.
Amazing.
This is feeling.
Just move it just slightly.
It's nice and stable. When I'm putting a finger on the top, I can feel, and I know it sounds mad, I'm feeling very gently, but I can feel all the way down to the bottom of the tin. You know, it's not all soggy and saggy. Would you like to take a temperature?
I'm just putting a plastic knife down the side of the tin.
Right.
And there's no resistance.
Yeah.
Because I oiled the tins as
Yes.
instructed. I suppose.
Yeah. Can you hear this? This is 85 here. Is it still going up?
No, that's it.
Yeah.
And it comes out. dry.
Okay, I'm going to switch the ovens off. I will take the thermometer.
Oh, sorry. No.
Thank you. We are done.
No.
No.
Leave them to cool for 10 minutes.
Right.
And then take them out, and they should be really easy to come out. Like you said, they're coming away from the side of the tin, aren't they?
I would just walk away and leave those for 10 minutes, have a cup of coffee, think about what you're going to do next. So, Sue, they've cooled for 10 minutes in the tins.
And then they need to be transferred onto a wire rack to cool.
Right.
And to cool so that they're cold. The temptation is, I'm going to decorate it. Don't be tempted. Make sure they're cold, cold, cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't got the loose bottom tins, then it's a matter of turning it over. I'd probably wait a bit longer because it might be still a bit hard to handle when it's just after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you had two airing racks, I would put the rack on the top of it. I'd hold the tin and turn the whole lot upside down. So just dropped very slightly out of the tin onto the rack. Do you with me?
What do you do then for the second one?
What you could do if you thought that it might fall through is you could just put a piece of parchment paper on top of the cake, put the grill pan, the rack in from the grill on top of it, and then turn the whole lot upside down. So it's going to fall onto a piece of parchment. And that means if you've got any problems, you can just slide it straight onto a plate later on when it's cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I've cooked a vegan cake.
Yes.
I mean, I've been told that they're very difficult to cook.
They're not, are they?
But wow, it seems to be okay so far.
So I've just taken the frosting ganache out of the fridge, and I think you need to leave it there for at least, I would say, 3 hours before you use it, because I think it will take that long for it to actually set fully. So it will set. Don't think that it won't. And I was watching mine yesterday. It's still runny, yeah. I was watching mine yesterday, and it solidifies from the outside in. So if you dip your finger in the middle and it is still runny, then put it back.
Right.
Okay.
About 3 hours though.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it takes about that to get to a consistency. That consistency.
Your cakes are going to take probably an hour to really cool down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's no rush here.
It's not, is there?
You can just.
Are you missing the invitation?
I haven't got Magda here as my backup tech. She's gone to one of our Open Sight centenary tea parties today. So
another one, goodness me. I'm going to one this afternoon actually in Aldershot. Yeah, Aldershot Farnborough one. I'm going to see Terry again. He said he'll be there.
So he's gone for tea today. That's greedy, isn't it?
Yeah, another afternoon tea. I've got to rush off in a minute.
Yes, no worries. So I was trying to say when I was muted, our next baking session is on the 11th of July. We're always on the second Monday of the month, so 11th of July. I'd just like to say thank you so much, Sue, for sharing your recipe with us. Yes. It's been really good.
Very much.
Thank you, guys.
Very welcome. Thanks, Penny, for inviting me.
No, and I think you've learnt a bit too.
I have. I've learned lots. And here we go. There.
Wow.
That's the cake.
Oh
my goodness.
Oh. There you go.
Can I just feel it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can have a slice of it.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much for all coming along with us today. We've had people from America and Australia join us today.
Wow.
Our regulars. So thank you so much. We'll be back next month, 11th of July, with our next recipe. And look forward to it. And I look forward to receiving that cake, Sue, as well.
It's on its way.
Excellent.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Another great baking exclusive session with Penny Melville Brown, hosted by Open Sight Hampshire.
When I started this today, I had a clean apron.
It looks clear to us, Penny.
Our baking sessions take place every second Monday of the month via Zoom. Our baking sessions are for anyone who is visually impaired or blind who would like to come along and learn new ideas and share their tips and interact with other visually impaired people.
Oh wow, that's massive.
It's like a massive cookie.
Look, if I put it, you can't see my head. To find out more about our regular baking sessions, please contact Open Sight Hampshire on 023 80 641 244 or email info@opensight.org.uk. You can also register on our Eventbrite page, and please don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms.